fans may be onto something, by the way, because in their last 7 games, the Eagles have not run the ball as often or as effectively as they did to start the season. They're averaging nearly 10 fewer rush attempts per game than they were through their first 5 games and are bottom 10 in rush yards per game and yards per rush. Philly had only 46 rushing yards in last week's loss against the 49ers, their fewest in any game, started by Jalen Hurts. RC, you think the Eagles should be leaning on the run game more in their matchup this week against Dallas?
Heck yeah. Listen, I played in the NFC East, and all I would ever hear in Maryland, Virginia, the DMV, was those stupid Philly fans. Lies you tell, because those 2 fans standing outside of the facility are absolute geniuses. They have to run the football. If you look at the last 2 games, they start with straight drop-back passing, and it was very similar in the game against Kansas City. But in Kansas City and also Buffalo, we watched them be a little innovative. Here you see a pony personnel. We have DeAndre Swift lined up at the #1 receiver off the football, and they got into the jet sweep. When you can do some of those things, that's when you open up things for Jalen Hurts and this passing attack. Just sitting back there and thinking that you're going to pick defenses apart from the middle of the pocket is not playing to Jalen Hurts's or the Philadelphia Eagles' strength. And it's like during the week, offensive coordinator Brian Johnson somehow forgets who they are. Yeah. They're a team that is physical, that can run the ball, and then get into the pass game. Marcus and I saw Jordan Mailata in the pregame against the Kansas City Chiefs, and the man looks like, not that he was chiseled out the side of a mountain, he is the whole Mickey Ficky mountain. So him, Jason Kelsey, and Lane Johnson coming downhill is what you want. You start that way and get into the pass game.
RC, it's good to see you, my brother. I'm glad America has come around. Okay, I even got Dan talking about running the damn football.
Boy.
I never thought in a million years we would get to this point. But it's what we've been talking about during the week. It's identity, man. And it's effective even if you averaging 2.9 or you're not running the ball as effectively as you want to, you just planting seeds. And we used to always look at it like this, because y'all know we played in a time when it was going to be a minimum of 30 runs in a game if teams could. And you continue to plant them seeds, and then you look for the home run ball. And I think that's what makes Philly different. Look, I'm going to say this too. For as much love that we've given San Francisco this week, I believe that this Philly game, that game against, I think that's an anomaly. I'm not going to attach
against the 49ers
to who the Philadelphia Eagles are based on all that we've watched them do.
For Philly to win this game, they have to do what they do best against Dallas, and it means that Micah Parsons does not get a 3rd down sack. He doesn't have a 3rd down sack against the Philadelphia Eagles, and that's because Philadelphia takes number 11, the Lion, out of the game. 3 different ways. Number 1, this is why partly Dallas Goedert coming back matters. This is their first game of the year against each other, where they motion him down. Both of these tight ends are going to put their hands all over Micah. They are not going to just single block him in the run game. There's that double team. Philadelphia will not allow him on early downs to destroy their run game. Number 2, when he gets a blow, when he's off the field, they take their shots. They want to be way more aggressive. Micah Parsons is not on the field here. What do? They throw the football down the field, and they go and score on a deep touchdown pass down the left sideline. Number 3, they put him in conflict. Out of respect, we cannot block you, so we're not going to try. This is the great job of understanding we're not going to block him. We're going to put him in conflict, meaning he's got to make a decision. Is Jalen Hurts going to carry it? Is he going to kick the RPO bubble at the bottom? Is he going to throw one-on-one up top, or is he going to hand it off? And it gets him to play a little bit slower. Again, Micah doesn't have a 3rd down sack when he plays the Philadelphia Eagles. So for Philly to win this game, and this is why I've always felt that Dallas can't beat Philly when it matters the most, is they take number 11 out of the game. Now, DeMarcus Lawrence has been awesome this year. If he has a huge game because Micah has had so much attention to him, that is a huge advantage for Dallas. But I think Philadelphia is equipped with Goddard back to make sure Micah doesn't ruin the game.
I have a thing, because Dan, you make a great point. I have a thing, and I know people going to lose their damn mind because we think about Micah coming off the edge. This is the game where you play him at middle linebacker. This is the game where you don't give an offensive line a beat on him and allow him to be in different spots and change. Hell yes, D.O. Listen, and the reason being is because when he's off the line of scrimmage. Go ahead, RC.
No, I was going to ask you a question. I was going to ask you, and you were starting to talk about it a little bit, I think they should move him around. Not necessarily that he shouldn't ever get an opportunity to rush, because there are going to be those obvious pass downs. But for one time, if you're Dan Quinn, this is where you move him off the football. You move him over the guard. You have him at the defensive end. It should be a where's Micah sort of game for Dan Quinn and the Dallas Cowboys, so they can't pinpoint where he is to game plan it.
This is why we're all best friends, and we work together and we talk about these games and we see a picture. And literally, I was about to say before you said that, RC, line him up in the middle and let him end up wherever you want him to. Okay. Just don't give this defense the ability to know where he's going to be. It doesn't matter. It don't matter if he started in the middle of the line of scrimmage. And I've seen Cleveland do this with Myles Garrett. You can end up at end, but make the blocking scheme account for him, and then you can move a position. It's almost like disguising from the linebacker to D-line position as opposed to it being the secondary.